If Washington won, though. What a joke.
All right. We are back again, the boys. You're joined by me at Trostdog, Akahi Trotsky, Kyle Yoshino at Kylie Kaika, and Dallon at DieBets. How we doing? How's the betting? I know we were just talking before this about college. Dallon, not been doing too well, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Just on a huge losing streak, but in the NFL, we're doing really well. So it's just a duality of
What do you think it is,
college
man?
and pros.
Do you think it's just like teams outperforming expectations that you weren't expecting, or is it just the luck's not going your way this year?
Dude, I don't know. Sometimes in college, I try to employ the same strategy as the NFL, and sometimes I just roll with the trap lines, and it has not been working recently. Like,
Dude,
Which the trap lines or the strategy?
I don't even think there's trap lines in college anymore. Everybody is beating up on each other. It's a weird year.
for
No
example,
one's
like
a powerhouse.
Texas was -7 at home against TCU. TCU's ranked third in the country right now,
Yep.
and Texas was -7 at home, and I took Texas -7 because I was like, this is the
Nah.
fishiest line ever, and then Texas
Dude.
just lost outright, and I was
Texas
like,
comes
You
that's
just gotta
like,
know,
dominated
Texas
team.
is never back.
they're
When
not
you think
back.
Texas is back, they're not back.
It's true, they're not back.
Like
That is true.
whenever you have that thought pop into your head, no, bet against them.
I mean, do we think TCU is legit too? I guess it's. I mean, you gotta give them credit for being 10-0. That's really hard to
gonna be
do
weird.
in the Power Five.
Nah, I don't think they'll do well if they do make it to the playoff.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I mean,
Georgia's
yeah,
just gonna win.
they're not gonna beat
I
Georgia in
think
a 1v4
Georgia's gonna roll
matchup, but
everybody.
they might but they might sneak into the second or third seed because Michigan plays Ohio State, and I don't know how bad the
Well, they have to win
committee
out.
will, yeah, they'd have to win out, of course.
TCU loses once, they're done.
I mean, how many games do they have left? Just two or one? Just the one more game in the championship?
They have Baylor on Saturday, and then they got Iowa State, and then Big 12 championship.
Okay, interesting. I think they could
But
win definitely those first two. I mean, you never know in the
I
championship,
don't
but
I don't see them losing to K-State. Like that's not gonna happen. Oklahoma State probably not.
Oklahoma State sucks. They're not making the Big 12 championship. They are only favored -2.5 at Baylor this week, which is interesting.
trap line.
Another trap line.
Nah,
You want to
dude.
bet Baylor, don't you?
Baylor's just not a bad team, and I don't think TCU is. They're fourth because they're undefeated, but they're not like a spectacular team. Like they have a good offense, and it's exciting, but defense ain't great.
All right, well, let's move on. We can get to those conversations when they come around. Is there any other games you guys want to talk about? I know Washington, Oregon. Were you on that game, Dallin, or no?
Oh, no, I was not.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, what was the line on that? I don't even know. I do know I watched that game, though, and I
Oregon
thought
was
Oregon
like
got a little unlucky
7-point
there,
favorite.
obviously.
Wait, weren't they 13-point favorites?
Oh, is it
There's
13?
no way. There's no way they were 13
No,
they
points.
were.
actually, you're right.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they were 13 and a half.
It was pretty big.
Oh, okay. Well, they had no chance of covering, but they definitely. I thought they should have won if Bo didn't get hurt on that last drive. But yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, Washington is kind of locked into kicking a field goal there. Like
Yeah, exactly.
even after they got the ball back, they moved like 2 yards and then kicked a field goal. Like
They were 12-point favorites at close.
Wow.
Or at
yeah,
game
I
time,
think it opened at like 14, 13.
Yeah, it was 14.
So the sharp money was on Washington right there.
Yeah, I think it was just too many points.
Hindsight.
Big Phoenix.
Probably
Well,
just-
it's a huge rivalry game that kind of goes under the rug.
Yeah, they do hate each other.
But that's pretty crazy to me. I thought Oregon was good, but I love that now.
I mean,
the
I think they
Pac-12
are both decent. Yeah.
No, Washington's trash. We debunked that after Michigan State just has completely faltered and not panned out at all.
Dude, Michael
So
Penix is
Washington
actually solid, though. He's solid. He drops
He's
some
good.
dimes, and that's all that matters. You have a good
Hey,
quarterback.
they won. They made plays, but it's just classic Pac-12. In November, beating each other up, never going to the playoff, and then also Arizona 20-point dogs beating UCLA, knocking them out of the playoff. Now if USC wins out, that's their only chance.
That was St. Louis Jaden Delora game right there.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see any big games you want to talk about for college football this week, or do you want to just jump to some of the bets we've placed?
Nah. I don't think there's any really big matchups. Georgia, Kentucky, I guess, but Kentucky's
Kentucky's
fallen off the
fried.
map. USC, UCLA, I guess, is the biggest, and Utah, Oregon, but those are like irrelevant at this point.
USC still has pretty good title odds actually.
No, I'm saying the only reason it'd be relevant is if USC lost and they'd be kicked out of the race. But
I see.
like, it's just like they have to win out.
Yeah.
But in terms of like it being like a huge difference maker in the playoffs, it's not gonna matter.
All right, Dallon, you see anything good? You got any good bets you feel good about this year, or is your confidence in the NCAA a little shaken?
Yeah, the confidence in NCAA is just shaking, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Don't really. I mean, I do have bets placed, but you know,
all right, let's hear it. Let's just get into it.
It's on the Twitter. It's on the Twitter, guys. We don't need to go into it.
Die bets, please.
All right, give us.
Okay, give us the one. Give us a lock though. Give us
the two you're not confident in, and those are the ones that we'll say because maybe we gotta.
No, he's gotta give him the locks, and then everyone can fade, right?
Okay, listen, yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay, we'll
listen, I do think Iowa has been playing very well as of late, and their defense looks really good. So I have them +3 on the road against Minnesota. Minnesota, Tanner Morgan's probably done for the year as well, and I know Mohamed Ibrahim is a great running back for Minnesota, but I do think Iowa's run defense is extremely good. So I will be taking Iowa in that one.
Can Iowa score points? Or
dude, hey, listen,
it's gonna have to be like 2-0 for them to cover.
Dude, the over/under is 32.5.
Yeah, it's 32.5. It's great.
Oh my god,
that's insane for a college game.
You know what's crazy is I think Spencer Petras has been the quarterback for the entire season, and he's only thrown 5 touchdown passes for Iowa.
That's not even surprising.
That is fucking absurd. How bad Iowa is.
Eventually, Iowa's gonna hit on a quarterback, and their defense is just gonna like suck.
Iowa averages 150 yards in the air, 98 yards on the ground. Like, just don't move the ball.
All right, so we got Iowa. That's a great bet. And what else do you got? Any other locks?
Yeah, I got Marshall -3.5 on the road against Georgia Southern. Those are probably my 2 biggest bets.
2 units?
You know, 3 units.
3 unit plays.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a big time fade opportunity.
Yeah, listen, it's a fade opportunity with how bad I've been doing in college football.
Do you know how good you are on your like 3 unit plays? Because that's your like biggest plays, right?
Yeah, let's see. For college football, we are 1-0 on 3 unit plays.
All right, what about 2 units?
2 units, we are 9-11. So not doing
well.
Not doing well.
You throw 3-0 in there, or 1-0 in there, that's 10-11. Not too bad, almost 50%. You know,
other sports we're definitely doing much better. Listen, NFL we're 10-5, 2+ unit plays.
Okay.
You know, NBA we're 20-11 on 2+ unit plays.
Oh wow.
And
that's awesome.
College basketball guys, we're 19-9 on 2+ unit plays. So there is some silver lining there.
Shit. All right. Well.
All right. So I'm going with Minnesota -3 probably, and Georgia Southern at home. Those are my places. So. All right. You guys want to do a little U.S. World Cup talk, or do you guys follow, or what?
Yeah, dude.
I personally,
USA
don't
all the way.
follow as much. I follow Premier League, but that's it.
I mean, I definitely don't follow like national team soccer at all. But this is what I would follow. I will be watching these games. I think soccer is actually entertaining to watch if you actually care about who's playing.
I obviously am rooting very hard for the United States. That's obvious to say. but their
Dude,
team is really young. So I
dude.
think maybe in 4 years we might be a little bit better.
Do any of you guys know the actual odds of them making it out of groups? Like the actual betting
Uh,
line odds.
US is plus 500. I think England to win the group. I don't know to make it out. I know England
Oh,
to
to
win the group is like
win. Yeah, that's tough.
minus 250 or something. Um, Wales and US are both around plus 500 to win the group, I think. I don't know what Iran is. I was just looking at that actually.
I'm
But
gonna
I,
try to
I
find
might
it real
have the
quick.
lock of the century. Like I just remember this. Um, Apparently for the World Cup opener on Sunday, uh, Qatar, whatever you say, against
Mm-hmm.
Ecuador.
I saw that.
Apparently Qatar, uh, they paid 7 Ecuadorian players in the millions to throw the game, and that has been
Wow,
confirmed by both Qatar and Ecuador like officials.
that's
So
hilarious.
huge opportunity for Qatar, who's probably a huge underdog. Maybe the lock of the century.
I
So
think that
what came out of that? They just confirmed it and they're just gonna roll with it or something, or what?
Well, I mean,
Did
FIFA unbelievably corrupt that I totally
I
believe
think
it, and like I don't even know what you can do at this point.
they're doing
Like
a they're doing a
they're
little
investigating, but the game's
yeah.
Sunday. Like if they don't like come to any conclusion, they're gonna play the game.
Yeah, I think the number came out to
And if
about 8.7 USD from what I saw on Twitter.
yeah,
So,
like
million?
yeah,
yeah, million.
for 7 players. So I mean, they're gonna play the game. If they throw the game, they throw the game. It's gonna be played. Lock of the century, Qatar money line,
That's super interesting. I
dude.
wonder how they handle that.
I will be betting it.
I mean, if I were the
Like,
Ecuadorian players, I would just like take the money and not throw. But I don't know.
well, I don't think it works like that. If you win the game, I don't think you get the money.
Uh, so nothing
But
is
yeah,
repaid, then it's fine.
well, I don't know. I'm assuming you wouldn't pay them before
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe
because then you
50-50.
go and win the game.
All right. Anyway, did you guys find the odds? No. So it's plus 500 to
Well,
win. They're
I
not
thought
gonna
you were looking at
win.
it. Sorry.
I know I did. I'm looking here and I see.
Groups. Group A win or Group B winner: England minus 240, USA plus 550, Wales plus 600, Iran plus 1900.
Chances to win Group B.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I just don't see anything about getting out.
to qualify: England minus 1100, USA minus 105, Wales plus 110, Iran plus 270.
I actually think there's so much value in the Wales bet. I'm
Oh,
not even gonna
actually,
lie.
qualify for the knockout stage is minus. Wait, what did you say? Minus 105?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. And then what was it for Wales?
one plus 110. I mean, most of the odds are probably just off of world rankings right now because that's just the order that they're in.
Yeah. Well, I got my
Wales is
guy
not too far
Gareth.
behind. Wales is not too far behind the U.S. They're a solid team.
I think people are just underrating Iran at this point. I mean, come on. I know there's a lot of internal conflict in Iran, but I think they're going to be. They got some
Dude,
good players.
no, if we lose to Iran, that's just utterly embarrassing.
I think I foresee a loss to
Um,
Iran
the U.S. is
and
what?
two draws, a
Dude,
draw with
well,
England and a
actually,
draw with Wales.
I didn't realize this. The U.S. is 16th in the world ranking.
Yeah.
Wales is 19th. Iran is 20th.
I told you they're
I
underrated.
didn't know that. It's still embarrassing if we lose to them though. I just, oh my god, I hope we beat England so bad and England just chokes and that would be amazing. It's gonna be awesome, dude. Thanksgiving weekend, next weekend, all-time sports weekend. You have World
It's an
Cup,
all-time sports
college
weekend.
football, college basketball, NFL, NBA, everything.
Who is why what is in college basketball? What tournaments?
I don't know what tournaments, but it's always preseason like it's always like
The
the
big
Big
tournaments.
Ten, ACC challenges and stuff like that.
Mm,
I think Thanksgiving Day, 9:30 or no, like 6 a.m. is when the World Cup games start. 12 p.m. you got football, obviously. I think 12:30 the Warriors and maybe the Lakers. Some actually maybe a
oh,
better team. Warriors play someone.
garbage.
It's just an awesome slate.
All right,
But
stoked for
if we're
that.
talking realistically, Brazil looks pretty dominant. I think they're gonna win. They're the favorite, but I think they're gonna win.
Dallon, any thoughts? Any bets? Is it Wales?
Any bets for Thanksgiving weekend?
No. The,
on the
FIFA
World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know enough. I don't follow enough. I would just say if England doesn't make it out of our group, then that is really sad. And everybody should go on Twitter and talk shit to England because deserved, honestly.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, let's move on. We'll be excited to watch that. When is the first game? Like next Friday or Sunday or Monday? Next Monday, right?
For US?
US plays on
plays
Monday, I think.
Monday at
Monday,
2
yeah.
Eastern.
Monday, 2 Eastern. All right, we will be watching. All right, so should we jump into any basketball you guys want to talk, or you want to jump into the NFL? How the NBA been going for you?
Well,
You want to?
Downstairs killing it, NBA.
Should we talk about our standings yet, or is it still too early? Because my
Our
Mavericks,
standings?
our picks, I think it's a little too early, but
Way too early.
yeah,
it's
the
a
Mavericks
bit
are
early.
at 7th
It's
still.
early.
It's way too early. But also, like, I mean, there's some big surprises, man. So we'll see. We'll see if they last. But
Like the Blazers leading the league.
Blazers and Jazz are the two biggest. Everyone else is like,
Dude, once Rudy's gone, wow, the Jazz are like awesome.
I think seeing
They've
the
also
Pacers at
lost
7
three
and
straight.
6 is interesting as well.
I feel like they're like right where they're like supposed to be.
And the Thunder are
the
there.
The Pacers had like the second lowest win total. But I mean, who
Thunder,
knows?
Thunder creeping in on the play-in game already.
Guys, listen. Shea
looking
Gilgeous
into
Alexander is outside dark horse MVP right now.
They'd have to just win. That's the only
Very
problem.
outside.
I don't know if they're gonna win enough
Yeah.
for them to
Very
make
outside.
I think they'd have to at least get a 4 or 5 seed,
There's
and Shea has to average 30 plus points.
well, that's
on
what
efficiency.
that's what Luka is gonna do. Like guaranteed, you'd have to do better than that.
How about Jalen Williams, dude?
Yeah, that guy
Has he
sucks.
started? No, he got hurt. Dude.
No,
has he
he's
played
playing
again?
okay.
He got hurt. He's been playing. Yes.
He's
been
like
playing
5
okay.
games into his career, or what?
He's like
Dallon's a
he's
little
shooting
biased.
like not bad for his like. He comes in and he like.
All
gets
right.
buckets.
Anyway, yeah, the Thunder. I mean, they're a pretty limited team, but they're showing fight. Good for them. Maybe eventually they'll be good in like 5 years when they have.
Yeah,
those
it's
other
sad.
picks.
If we
I
had
don't know.
Chet this year, we could have.
Dude, you're just gonna have Victor Wembanyama, Chet, and
Well, they're not getting Victor. How did they get Victor? They'd have to be really lucky.
they're gonna tank.
We just get best lottery odds, and we somehow get the first pick. I mean,
But that's what we're saying. If they're actually scrappy this year, they're not going to get the best lottery odds. And they're probably
They're
not
gonna
gonna
rest
get
Shea
it.
about halfway through the year.
And if they
Yeah,
do
that's
get
what
the
we did
first
last year.
pick, then they're going to be. They must be asked. Like, is Victor going to fix it?
No,
Probably
dude, they're
not.
just gonna rest Shea and they're gonna just tank.
I'm just like
I
kind of
mean-
anti-tank at this point.
if I'm the Pelicans right now, I am stoked because I have the Lakers pick
Oh, the Pelicans are
first round?
sitting
Dude.
pretty, man.
this
dude.
upcoming year.
The Lakers-
Pelicans look good.
Can you imagine Victor Wembanyama with Zion if the Lakers actually finish
With Zion,
first
it's Victor
lottery odds?
with Bi, dude.
Yeah, I mean that team
Bi
would
is the
just be
man.
insane though. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Uh,
Pelicans are set up, dude. It is insane.
But moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. College basketball? Nah, it's still too. We're still too early in the season now. I know, Dallon, you've been killing it though.
Yeah, I mean we've
Dude.
got daily picks going on the Twitter.
Have you been riding Michigan State?
Yeah, I rode Michigan State yesterday. It was a good bet.
How about that?
I'm currently up
Go ahead.
9 units right now on the season, so pretty
how-
early on. So.
How many? Yeah, how many picks? Like 20 or 25? You said.
We're at a lot. I put out a lot every day, so
2 plus units. He's 20 and 11, right? Or 19 and 9.
yeah. So we put out at least 10 picks a day, I'd say. So we just ride with those. Better to have good volume, in my opinion, at least on picks that I like. So
If you
Depends, I
like them.
guess.
Yeah, it depends.
if I like them,
If you
Yeah.
like them. Yeah, I know. I haven't watched. I've watched like highlights of a few games, but Texas smashing Gonzaga, or Gonzaga is Gonzaga done, or is that just
No, Gonzaga's still
a
good.
fluky? I mean, they still got Drew Timmy, so
Dallon's favorite player.
yeah, I know.
Nah, Gonzaga's
Whatever.
still good. But I think there's a lot of talent just across like the all of Power Five. To be honest, this year I think it's gonna be really exciting. The tournament's gonna be epic.
Texas. Yeah, Santa Clara got smashed by Utah State, so that's not very exciting.
No, we have Illinois Bodziemski,
Oh, you mean the
the
player?
menace. Yeah,
Uh,
he's averaging like 30.
yeah. Well, they still got smashed, so.
He is the one bright spot we have right now.
All right, shall we jump to the National League?
Yeah, NFL man.
Yeah. All right. I want a quick poll. Like, since we're talking about all these sports, which of all these sports do you guys enjoy like watching the most?
Dude, that's so tough. Like,
Like, if you had to choose one to just, you'd only be able to watch one for, you know,
The
the
rest
rest
of
of
your
your
life,
life.
wow.
What would you
I'd go
choose?
college. I go college basketball.
Okay.
That's my favorite to watch.
fuck.
Because if I don't choose college basketball, I can't watch March Madness, and that's
That's the
tough.
thing. Like March Madness is so unbelievably entertaining. But like throughout the regular season, I'm not watching it as much as I watch NFL because NFL is only once a week,
Yeah.
and it's like very limited season. College basketball is spread out, baseball is pretty spread out, NBA is pretty spread out, but like NBA playoffs are electric. Um, but something about college basketball when you have um, you got your bracket going. There's something about that, and also like
I mean, I would
college
say
football.
March Madness is probably, probably the most electric um, postseason by far. Especially like if you don't have anyone like your team or someone you like in there, right? Like even if
Yeah,
you
well
don't
here's
like have a team in there, it's the most fun. But
yeah, like I mean, we went to a school where we don't have a college football team, so I love watching college football, but I'm not as invested into any one team as I am NFL or NBA.
yeah.
Um,
So
but
what's your
so like
choice? What's your choice?
I mean, I have to go with the sport that I'm like heavily invested in, which so it'd either be NFL or NBA. Um, I don't know. NFL just seems more exciting because it's only once a week.
Yeah. I mean, that's what does it for me for the NFL.
But like if they were all played in the same amount, like I don't know. Like what if basketball was only once a week? They
Yeah,
had
I mean that's
16
why
games
like the
and then they went into the
I've
playoffs.
watched like 1.5 Clippers games this year, and I follow like scoreboard watch, but it's just so less entertaining. Especially when you can tell like the guys aren't giving like full playoff effort. You know, like you could tell
Yeah.
when
I mean,
half the guys. I mean, they're not trying as hard. It's so obvious.
you
But in the
you might- yeah,
NFL, those
you
guys are
might
literally like
not like this answer, but
dying every game.
like a big game in the NBA like Warriors Thunder like OT stuff pulling up from mid court to win. Like that game goes up against like any other regular season game in the NFL. Like it just I don't know. It's
I mean,
tough
yeah,
because it's kind of diluted with the amount of games they have.
yeah. I mean, all true, all true. But I would say overall, it's NFL for me. All right. Speaking of the NFL, I am currently watching the Titans and Packers. Do you guys have any plays in that game? Titans are up 14-6
I
at
got
halftime.
I got Titans in my pick'em.
I also
I
had
didn't.
Titans. I didn't make any bets, so
I bet Titans +3, 2 units.
Wait, who scored the second touchdown for the Titans?
Derrick
that's
Henry.
Henry. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any picks for that though. Or well, I didn't put any in. We can move on
Yeah.
to
I
stuff.
mean, yeah, the Titans are just mean, dude. They're gonna be good. If only they had if only they stopped running to Derrick Henry so much, I think they'd be even
They've
better.
got
But
grit. They've got grit.
all right, first game of the week. Let's pull up the
Bears Falcons. I'll start there. Falcons at home -3. Over under is
49 and a half. 49.
49, 49 and a half. Um, dude, this is a weird line for me. I guess because the Falcons are at home, but I think the Bears are just playing well. Obviously, like they've figured something out with Fields. I think like neither team has a defense really still, but I like the Bears in this one.
You like the Bears +3?
Yeah, I picked them in my pick'em as well.
Dallon, you got anything on this game?
I mean, I personally don't have a play on this game. It's two disgusting teams. I mean, the Falcons got absolutely blown out last week, and you know, it was just disgusting to watch. I had the Panthers, which was nice, but like, did not like watching the Falcons play, and I don't like watching Justin Fields play, even though he has been playing better as of late because he's running the ball a little bit more, which is nice
We'll
to see.
say, yeah.
Him
Yeah.
using his legs.
I haven't even watched the last like 2 games where he's been running all over the place, but
No, I mean Mariota is just hard to watch, man. I think they just bench him already. They drafted a quarterback. Like, why hang on?
yeah, I'm surprised it's been this long.
They were doing all right at the start, but yeah, I don't have a play on this either. I actually think the line is pretty fair. The Chicago defense is pretty awful, especially after they traded Roquan and Robert Quinn, and they just were kind of not great before. So I could really see this game going either way. I'm not going to bet on it though. But I also agree with Dallon. Justin Fields, hard to watch, but I will say
Does 42 seem a little low?
it's 49. If it was
Oh, it's
42,
49?
I'd be all over that. Yeah, I think this game is going to get pretty high scoring.
Oh, 49. Never mind. Yeah.
But yeah, Justin Fields is making it happen with his legs, so give him props for that. All right, next game. How about we go Baltimore, Cleveland, Carolina at Baltimore, over under 44 or 41 and a half now. It opened at 44. Okay. And the line is still at 13, so Baltimore is laying 13 at home. Line has already moved down 2.5 points on the over under. What do you guys think here?
This kind of seems like a game where the good teams roll over the shitty teams, and I want to take the Ravens, but I don't know. In the NFL, like any 13-point spread is just so much. But I'm gonna stay away. But I lean the Ravens. Maybe I'll switch my mind later. Weather looks nice. I don't know why the under and stuff's coming down, but yeah. Down.
I am on Ravens -7 for the first half.
A little derivative play here.
that.
I'd like to hear the logic on that.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Panthers, coming off a big win. Not a big win, but I guess a big win for their division
A prime
last
time
week.
Keeps them
Big
in
win
the
for their division, So, and I think PJ Walker is in no way going to perform. Oh, no, Baker's playing, right? I think Baker's playing.
I did hear Baker was playing. I don't know that though.
I can't remember.
But either way, PJ Walker wasn't even good last week, so there's not really much you could say about his performance. He had 99 yards.
Yes, Baker is playing. So, I mean, he's looked really bad this past season. So, I have no words. I mean, the defense looked good last week, but it was against the Falcons once again. So, basically, I have no offensive weapons there. Kyle Pitts, best wide receiver, though wide receiver/receiver in the league, according to Trost Dog Week 1.
Hey, well, there's actually stats to back up how unsuccessfully they use him. He's been missed by Mariota so many times. His air yards leads weekly, and then he still has nothing. I think it's more of a quarterback problem, but I mean,
they also just don't run him on that many routes in general.
Yeah, they run the ball because they don't
percentage
trust Mariota.
No. The percentage of routes he runs on plays where they roll out is minimal. It was I saw the stat. It was crazy. They just don't use him.
Anyway, I got Carolina plus 13 here. Let's go. Plus 13 on a line of 41. I don't know. I think this Carolina team is some fight. They have good players on defense, and I think Baker, he's been terrible, but they have enough weapons. They have enough talent to at least be functional. So I think they should be. We'll see. New coaches. It's a new coach since the last time he's played too. So.
Wow.
All right, Cleveland at Buffalo. Over under now is at 49. I think so.
It moved to a dome in Detroit.
Yeah, it got bought down real low, and now it's probably way back up. And it's moved to a dome in Detroit. Buffalo's laying 8.5. Technically at home, but not really at home. And I am going with I'm leaning the over here actually. But that's a big number. I just don't feel like
it's the over.
It's 49.5.
Damn.
Yeah, so maybe that's too big. Maybe the under is a better play. I don't know, man. I think in a dome, I think both these teams. So I think the Bills are just gonna absolutely shred the Browns. But what do you guys think?
I mean, I had no play on this one to begin with before when it was in the snow, so I have no play now. I do think the Bills probably cover this number though, so I would lean Bills minus 8.5 or 7.5, whatever it's at.
Yeah, I'm like with you on that. The only thing that's straying me away is that it's not in Buffalo anymore. It's like a huge bounce back spot for them to just crush the Browns, but the energy in the stadium's not going to be the same. Like they might get more fans from Cleveland, just hopping over to Detroit. So that's the reason I'm staying away. But I do like it as a bounce back spot.
Yeah, Bills here is a good spot, I think. Sweet. All right, let's move on. Philadelphia at Indianapolis. I would think this is kind of a trap line, Dallon. What do you think?
Yeah, 7.
7 points, 6.5 in some books, but trending towards 7 maybe. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, we haven't even talked about Jeff Saturday, Dallon. I mean, this is your franchise in the hands of a guy who's never coached college or NFL before. How does that make you feel? Do you feel like Jim Irsay is just mailing it in, or do you think that this is a viable tanking strategy? And even worse, they want a game with Jeff Saturday. That means their pick is just getting worse. So what's the plan? I don't really see it.
I don't think they expected to win that game last week, is all I got to say. So that obviously wasn't in the cards. It was definitely a sort of a mail-in, I'd say, when they hired him.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a play in this game, by the way. But
I mean,
let's get to that.
The counterpoint to that is they also started Matt Ryan when it seemed like Irsay was the one who called for Ellinger to start.
Yeah, that's
and then
funny.
They hire Saturday, and they're like, all right, let's go back to Matt Ryan, who's clearly better at this point in time.
Oh, he's way better than
I
Ellinger.
know. So then,
Ellinger looked like shit.
It's complete conflicting messaging right now. If I was a Colts fan, I'd be like, okay, let's embrace the tank or not. I mean, I don't like tanking, but
I don't personally know what's going through Irsay's head. He hasn't been a good owner. Like, let's be honest, the past decade. So, I just don't know what the plan is for the future. I don't know where we're gonna get our quarterback play from. We're gonna have to sign somebody in free agency, and it can't be Matt Ryan or some old guy again.
Well, so you think they're going to win enough games to be outside of what, like, I mean, they're probably not going to be top 5 at this point, but
I don't think they're getting a quarterback off the board.
Just because where they land, you think?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and I don't want Levis. I really hope they don't draft Levis.
I don't think Levis is going to be there. So, I'm not going to lie. So unless they're top 5 again, I think he's going to be gone.
No, I think Jeff Saturday made the right move playing Matt Ryan. They're not out of it in the division.
No, they're not.
There's no point. There's no embrace the tank. Like, why would you want to tank at this point? Start tanking when you're like completely out of it.
The only reason I'm saying that is because it seemed like Irsay told them to start Ellinger, who is clearly like terrible 2 weeks ago, and then he's gonna flip back, and then I don't know. It just seems weird. Like, I mean, Frank Reich is clearly he's been a good coach. I feel like. I mean, he's got kind of screwed with having Carson Wentz. I mean, they went to the playoffs with Phillip Rivers. I don't know. I feel like he's got dealt a bad hand, even if he took part in that. But
That's true. I mean, listen, if you look at our record, we should be 5-5. You know, that tie was a little bit, whatever. But, our point differential is minus 46, man. We got to put some of that on the defense as well, okay? That's all I got to say. We're supposed to have a good defense coming into the year, and it just has not shown up.
actually, segueing
You guys
into
only
that,
giving up 20.
segueing into that game, into this game, I think that's why the line is pretty low. I think Indy's defense is getting love here, right? Like,
That's interesting you say that because
I
my
think
play
their
is
defense
on
is actually good. No,
yes.
I mean, like
I
relative to
think
the league, good. They're not like amazing.
I think
Dude,
we have
you
the
guys are
pieces.
4th in yards allowed a game.
Yeah, they're like a solid D.
Yeah, but our point differential is insane because we always turn the ball over on their half of the field, and that's why the
That's
yards.
not the defense's fault.
That's the Ellinger
Okay,
effect.
I'm just saying it. Point. I'm on the over for this game. Okay, is my
Okay.
point. Okay,
What is that?
I'm
What'd
on
you get it
over. I got it at 44. It's
Okay.
at 45.5 now.
Okay, right side.
I liked
okay.
it at 44. I don't know if I would take it at 45.5, but if it drops down again, I do like it because I think both teams are very capable of putting up points. I think the Eagles could definitely score 30 points in this game, just by themselves. So,
I mean, I don't hate the play. I think the only thing that I could see happening here is like kind of game script where the Colts play, they give up those runs and kind of short passes and make the Eagles go long drives, and the Colts are gonna want to do the same thing, so they'll burn clock. But I mean,
Oh, they're definitely going to
Not
try
a
to run,
bad
like
play.
especially with the injuries to the Eagles
Colts will try to
D-line.
run, yeah, but
Like that's got to be the game plan unless like is Ndamukong Suh going to play this week? He just signed with them, and then
yeah,
they signed
and
someone else
Linval
too,
Joseph.
and Linval.
Yeah, I
Just hitting
think
the
I would
there.
I would go Eagles here if it got under the hook at 7, like 6.5 here. I mean, at some books it's showing that, but I mean, I think that's interesting.
I
Even
don't hate it. Sharp money is on the Colts though, so I don't know.
I was on the Colts
Yeah.
last week. I thought it was a good spot.
well,
it
we
was a
did
good
see
spot.
some offensive line improvement, which was their biggest hamstring, and that's why Matt Ryan was struggling.
I mean, their
Like, he has
offensive line,
he has no mobility. So,
they were just underperforming. It was the same
Exactly.
guys. But,
well,
like,
they also
they're-
had like
they're
a
still
right
good
tackle who
offensive
was
line.
terrible, right? But they benched him.
I don't know.
All right, that's an interesting game, Kyle. You have a play or no?
No, I don't got to play on that.
All right, Washington at Houston. Washington's all of a sudden not a terrible team. They're at 5-5 at this point. Houston's terrible though, and Washington is only getting or laying 3.5 on the road. Over under set at 40.5. What do you guys have?
I don't think that's a surprising line. I think that's like a fair line, to be honest. But I do like Washington. I think their defense is pretty solid. And Heineke's electric. He's electric.
entertaining. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
He's entertaining.
He's got that
Yeah,
dog in him,
exactly.
dude.
He's an electric factory. Davis Mills is just gonna like kind of bore you and throw a 5-yard hook here and maybe like get another 5-yard gain there. But I don't know. I like Washington. Houston sucks.
I mean, I kind of like Washington too. Yeah, Houston's just not there. Just because Houston's front seven is awful. Right? They don't have any talent there, and they get destroyed. Against running teams, and Washington loves to run, and they actually have a good O-line. So, I don't have a pick on it, but I would lean Washington as well, Dallon.
I'm gonna ride Washington.
Yeah, I'm on the Commanders minus 2.5. I got it before.
You got it at minus 2.5.
Yeah, I got it before Monday Night Football before they beat the Eagles. So
Okay. I was gonna say this opened at 3.5 on it says here, but maybe that was.
So it was
After
at
that
2.5 on Bovada when it opened. So that's when I snagged it.
No, yeah, this must adjust for after the game, like the open after.
Bovada though will give the better line, but you won't get the best odds always.
Yeah, that's true.
Bovada's
But
odds
anyway,
are
we
terrible,
are on
dude.
Commanders minus 2.5. I think, Heineke starting this week. Wentz isn't ready apparently, so I expect to see some electricness from
Why
Taylor Heineke.
Why even put Wentz in there, man? Just play Heineke. Like,
That's what I'm saying. You
dump
know.
Wentz to the streets.
Yeah, well,
um,
there's been news about it, but I don't even think Wentz has practiced yet, so we'll see next week. All right, and actually, a game between teams that actually have good records. New York Jets at New England, battle of the AFC East. New England's laying 3 points, 3.5 points at home. Over under at 38. What do you guys got?
Low under, but I like the under.
I mean, I kind of like that too.
The last game was 22-17, so 39. But I think the Jets defense is actually solid, and the Patriots are just And it's not like Zach Wilson has really done anything. He threw 3 picks the last time they played. Yeah, I'm on the under. I don't know about the game. It's a weird line to me, but I'm on the under.
I think the under is a good play. I don't have a play on this game personally, but I do like the under. These are two teams that love controlling the ball, controlling time of possession.
They both
and,
love to
I
run,
think,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris is fully healthy, so you're going to see a fair workload for both of those guys. And the clock's just going to run in this game. It's going to chew clock, so I do like the under most of all. Don't like a side on this game, I'm going to be honest. Like, the Jets are 4-0 on the road this season, in case you guys didn't know, which is the most interesting thing ever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I have no play, but I lean the under. I like Kyle's play.
I also like the under here. I also don't know what side. I know it's scary, right? I think just exactly they chew clock. They're both defenses are pretty tough. And yeah, I don't think either team really trusts their quarterback to air it out. So they're not good
Not
at it
at
unless
all.
they have to.
100%.
So
Yep.
Mac Jones gonna throw 2 picks. Zach Wilson's gonna throw 2 picks.
Exactly. And so I think that's how it gets out of hand if one team like throws
it could be like pick 6, and then,
yeah, and then they're gonna be forced to kind of score.
But I mean, last game it was like 6 field goals, and then the Jets scored with like under 2 minutes.
I got a bunch of garbage matchups this week, by the way. Detroit at New York. Actually, this one's kind of entertaining. Detroit at New York Giants. Lines at 3 points. Giants laying 3 points at home. Over under at about 45. Do you guys have anything for this one?
I do.
I
do you
actually
want me to go first, Yosh?
I don't have
brother.
anything. I can't bet on the Giants. They're just gonna break at some point, and then the Lions, they just find ways to lose. The only reason they won last week is because Justin Fields is better at finding ways to lose. So I'm not on either side.
I mean, the Giants did break against the Seahawks, and since then they've played the Texans, and they're gonna play the Lions. Like they just played bad teams, and then I mean, yeah, that's their schedule. But
I mean, okay, well, for me, I'm on the Lions plus 3.5.
I also like the Lions in this game, though. So
the Giants have been the luckiest team in the fourth quarter in this whole season. Basically, it's bound to regress to the mean a little bit. There's no way they can be this lucky every fourth quarter. Also, DeAndre Swift is finally supposedly healthy. He's going to get more touches this week as well. And that's another explosive tool that they can use. And we might see the Lions from week 1 and 2 come back this week. So I'm on the Lions plus 3.5.
Yeah, but you're like, see, this is my thing. Like, you're like, the Giants are going to regress to the mean. And I agree with that. But it's like, is it really going to be against the Lions? Because, like, they might regress to the mean, but then the Lions are going to Lions, and then they're just going to throw themselves under the bus. Like, that's just, like, such a stressful time to be betting on this game.
There's, like, one podcast I listened to, and they were talking about, like one-score games and how that's,
the Giants.
There's a lot of variance, right? Like, year to year. You win a bunch of one-score games. It's not going to continue. But they were talking about how there is some stickiness in terms of within a single year. Like if a team is winning a bunch of one-score games, then usually like that'll continue, and then year to year you regress. So there's something there about like. I mean, it kind of makes sense. The Giants are well coached and they play like smartly.
Yeah,
and
they don't a good coach.
They don't like blow their own. They don't like make their own mistakes, right? Like other teams fuck up. but they don't fuck up usually, and that's like the safe way to go about it. So, I mean, eventually, they're gonna lose one of these, but I don't know. Yeah, I still like Detroit because I think the Giants just aren't talented. Like, there's no denying it. So, the only thing that worries me is Jared Goff versus like good interior pressure, which they do have. All right, another dumpster. The LA Rams, who have officially become a dumpster after putting Cooper Kupp on IR.
Dude.
Like, I don't even know how they're going to score
Crazy.
points. I legit don't know how they're going to score points. LA Rams at New Orleans, over under 39. So there you go. -3, I think. New Orleans is laying 3 at home, and New Orleans just lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers by 10, and they're favored in this game, which is insane. So because New Orleans defense has also been trashed, they're banged up, and and the line is still
at the beginning
39.
of the season. Saints defense just severely overrated.
Yeah, okay, but they also lost. They've lost both their corners, and they have lost both their corners, which makes a difference.
Sure, but still bad. The Rams. You want to know a fun fact about the Rams defense, though? They only give up 68 yards on the ground a game.
They're good. I mean, they still are talented. I mean, the defense isn't the problem. I mean, they've gotten smoked like once or twice, but I legit.
Sorry. Wait. Sorry. That's offense. They rushed for 68 yards.
Oh yeah, their offensive. Oh, that makes sense. Their offensive line is. That's what I'm gonna say. Their offensive line is like the worst in the league. At least performing the worst.
Yeah, their defense isn't bad.
They're performing the worst, and then, dude, Allen Robinson is a bum. Van Jefferson is a wide receiver.
Allen Robinson is a bum. Matthew Stafford has become a bum. Okay,
Dallon, what are you thinking, dude? You got to pick. Like, is it New Orleans?
I'm on the Saints minus 3.5. Yeah, I'm on the Saints minus 3.5. I mean, maybe we see A-Rob step up this week, but that offense is cathartic right now. They can't move the ball for shit. So I think this is a good spot for the Saints. They're playing at home, and realistically, guys, they can still win the division. So they're not out of it. Whereas the Rams, in that competitive division, they still got to play Seattle one more time. They got to play the Niners again. They got to play. I think they played the Cardinals twice already, right? I could be mistaken on that.
They play the Cardinals. They play the Cardinals once and then Seattle twice.
Oh, they played Seattle twice.
We already played.
No,
they haven't played Seattle. They play Seattle twice.
Okay, yeah. So they play Seattle twice, who's leading the division.
Dude.
They play the Niners. Oh, they played the Niners twice
regular
already.
season.
They already played the Niners.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but they play some good teams. They play
they play the Chiefs.
They play the Chiefs, and they play
Chiefs,
the Chargers.
Seahawks,
I think
Raiders, Packers, Broncos, Chargers, Seahawks.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere.
They might go defeated the rest of the way.
This might be a moment in which you just pack it in. So I'm on the Saints minus 3.5. Let's move to the next.
Yeah,
game.
but that's too easy. I'm staying away.
I like New Orleans here, even though they've been disappointing. All right, another dumpster. Vegas at Denver, over under 41.5, line at 2.5. I'll just start here, or 3, line at 3. Denver laying 3 at home. I like the under here. It's supposed to be cold, possibly snowy. Broncos offense, not only are they inept, but they also just keep getting more banged up every week. Devontae Adams is injured. He is limited, questionable. Vegas is no one on offense. I'm taking the under all the way here. And Denver's still, their defense has not stopped being good no matter what. They're probably the best defense in the NFL.
Dude, their defense is awesome.
Yeah, I just think the under is a great play here. I don't see how the Broncos snap out of it on offense, especially just losing guys every week. So, anything you guys got?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 51 and clear on Sunday, so well, it's gonna be great. But
I got no play.
This is a pass. I'm gonna pass.
Yeah.
We're running low on time, and we still got 5 games left. So
we have 5. All right, Dallas at Minnesota, a good game here. We got Dallas laying 1 on the road, over under 47. What do you guys want to say about this one?
Dallas, bro, this is all-time letdown spot for the Vikings.
Yep.
They just got lucked out of that complete dumpster fire of a goal line snap by Josh Allen and whoever the center was. Dude, this is Dallas. I'm on Dallas.
I'm on the boys as well. -1.
All right, this is a trap line. We got to get Vikings here. Dallas
No.
looked disappointing last week.
Cowboys are the trap.
Exactly. Betting Cowboys is the trap. Yeah.
No, that's a trap
What?
line.
Okay.
Everybody's
Sure.
going to be on the Vikings. They're
Everyone
underdogs at home.
thinks the Vikings are overrated. They got lucky. All right, they're going to win. All right, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Gladly, this game got moved out of prime time. Cincinnati's laying 4.5 on the road. Any thoughts? Looks like Minkah Fitzpatrick might play this week, and TJ Watt has been back. So, I don't know. Divisional
Bengals
game.
O-line has been a little bit better than the beginning of the season. Still iffy. Chase out. I'm gonna stay away.
Chase out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out for sure.
Gotcha.
I'm on the Steelers +4.
Oh.
At
See,
high.
like,
I cannot bet on the Steelers.
I can't bet on the Steelers. Like, I'm not gonna bet on the Bengals here, but like, I can't be I'm gonna bet on the Steelers.
I was so close to betting them last week against New Orleans, and I didn't pull the trigger, and I'm so sad about it.
Now you think
Yeah,
it's
now-
affecting your decision making, Dallon? You cannot let it.
Fallen into the trap.
But
Yeah,
that makes a
totally.
little more sense
Right
than
in.
betting them here.
They got me.
Down, you're gonna be toying with the line here. You're gonna be.
I mean,
picking
the only
them
thing
one
I'll say
week,
here,
not picking the other.
it's a divisional game. Mike Tomlin's a good coach. Like, he knows this Bengals team. So, who knows what can happen? I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh actually wins. All right, KC at LAC, another divisional matchup. KC is laying 5.5 points on the road. I guess this could be considered a home game for them. We'll see. What do you guys got? Over under at 52 now, so it's moved a lot. The under is kind of enticing here, but I don't have a play on the game.
Yep. Same. No play. I didn't want to touch this one.
I think I'm gonna ride the Chiefs on this one. I didn't have a pick before now, but I don't know. Chargers are like, they're just like a middle of the pack team. They're just kind of a team that's just always in the hunt, and kind of just sticking around. I think the Chiefs they're still really good. Offense is awesome.
Yeah,
So
kind of. I mean, the Chargers are getting a little bit healthy this week. They might actually see Keenan and Mike will play this week, which is super
I think both are
interesting.
gonna play.
I don't know, man. I kind of want to. I don't know. I kind of want to get the under here, but we'll see. Even though that doesn't make much sense, I just think this game is so important that it's gonna feel like a playoff game, and Chargers will keep up.
Not in LA.
Yeah, maybe not. Any other thoughts? We only have one more game left, so.
One more game. Yep.
All right, let's talk about it. San Francisco at Arizona, but this is in Mexico City, which might turn out to be more of a SF favored crowd. So I don't know if the home matters at all.
How do you
but
figure that?
Yo, what does that mean?
Arizona's like right there.
I don't know what that means. I was so confused.
there is some. Okay, so I saw some tweets.
A lot of
today.
Mexicans like the Niners down.
I saw some tweets today. That's like 82% expected show out for the Niners, based on ticket purchases.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the reason is because
Niners
there's a lot of Niners fans in Southern California, which is obviously
Niners travel.
You got to give the reasoning for that one, Big Dog. You can't just fucking say, yeah, dude, it's expected to be more Niners favored, like with no reasoning.
At first
I
was
just gave you the reasoning. We're short on time. Niners are expected to have more show out, but again, the biggest factor is they're both in Mexico City. Elevation at 7,500. We'll see if that plays in at all. Line SF is laying 8 points. Over under set at 43.5. What do you guys think?
Niners are practicing yesterday and today.
They're practicing
in Colorado.
Yep.
At Elevation.
Yeah, I don't know how much stock to put into the Elevation concerns. I guess it's gonna be one of those things where if the Niners win, it's gonna be like, oh, they practiced. It made such a big difference.
I don't think anyone's gonna talk about it. That being said, I still am retired from betting on them, but this
true.
is watch it.
So, Dallon, I know you get the Niners, so it's really up to me to make it.
Hey, listen, I don't have a play on this game. I do like the Niners, but I didn't formally bet on them.
This is a good spot for the Niners.
I mean, the thing is, the Niners haven't had a good record throughout the year, but they still get respect in the betting market. Like, they're always favored.
Dude, it's actually crazy.
I mean, they're crazy talented, right? Like,
I know.
Paper,
I'm just saying, They haven't had like the last 2 years. Like they were at 3-5 or something last year or something, or maybe worse.
No, this is the first time Kyle Shanahan has been under 500 since he's been the coach.
If they
Under
didn't have the
500?
quarterback
No,
that they had,
that's what?
and they had somebody that was
like
more
4 and
competent,
12.
they would be the Super Bowl favorite by far. I'd say.
What stat did I see?
It could not be under 500. They're definitely like under 500 last year. Maybe at the end of the year, but even then they like blew a whole quarterback. They blew a whole year. Anyway, yeah. So Dallon, you didn't have a play on this game?
No, I do not. Surprisingly.
All right.
Charles, what's your pick?
My lock of the week, since this is the last pick, is the Cardinals plus
No.
8 here. No, actually, I didn't have a lock. I didn't have a lock of the week, and this is my last pick, so I was like, all right, whatever. Maybe we'll change the lock of the week.
What?
Bro.
I gotta look through my picks and see
what's
if I
the
endorse something
reasoning?
else.
They looked good last week against the team you just shat on.
No.
That's fucking
Here's
crazy.
the reasoning. I think the Cardinals, they play tough. This is a divisional game. The Niners did not impress me last week at all on offense. Obviously, they're very talented on defense, but yeah, I don't know. I just
Deebo
don't.
Samuel, Christian McCaffrey.
I actually think the Cardinals'
George
defense
Kittle.
is still underrated, and they're gonna do well in slowing down Jimmy G. Well, I mean, he doesn't really. You don't
This
need
is
to
the
do
thing.
much.
This is the
but-
thing. You don't slow down Jimmy G. He's already slow.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
slows
Like,
down himself.
Well,
You
I mean,
can't
that's
slow
what I'm
him
saying.
down.
They scored
He
22.
does what he does.
They scored 22 points last week against a Chargers
He does
defense
what he
that's
does.
been really bad. So I just think it'll be close, and I think D Hop and Marquise Brown are both supposed to play. So
Marquise Brown is irrelevant. D Hop's gonna.
he's a
tear
good
us apart.
receiver. Don't hate. He's a good. He's
I'll
just
give you
not
the
a
stat line
great
for
receiver.
Hopkins.
He's not a
Hopkins
great
is.
receiver.
I was gonna have 11 for 108 and a touchdown. That's like inevitable.
I just think it's the divisional game. Crazier things have happened. Give me 8 points, like in a neutral site, basically. And there's a lot of factors
basically
at play.
because the Niners are gonna be.
Yeah, but I
traveling
just
well.
think it'll be like in Mexico City, and that's the biggest factor. Like besides
I don't even know what that
fans.
means.
Like they're in a whole new place. None of
That's
those
that's
teams
like
have
your
played
biggest
there.
factor into picking the Cardinals.
No, like in the home
Cardinals
home
are
field,
playing a new place too.
in the home field advantage spectrum. I think the biggest thing is they're both like. I think the biggest thing is like location versus like.
Dude, the Niners don't even play that well at home. They don't
Yeah,
even play
we
that well at
suck
Levi.
home. But also home field advantage. There's no home field advantage for either team.
Okay, regardless, my lock
all right,
of the
locks
week,
a week.
was Titans +3. I'll go with
Love
Lions
that,
plus
love
3.5
that.
now.
That's a lock already.
Cowboys -1.5.
All right.
I also like that one. That's a good
Cowboys-
lock.
We'll re-adjourn in 2 weeks.
It's just
We'll see you
decided that.
guys. Have a good betting time.
Although
Merry
I
Thanksgiving.
feel like it's a-
Take care.